So how do you feel coming back to the show again after all of these years?
I'm grateful for the chance to revisit it, and I enjoy. I like the show. I laugh. It's great fun to work on it and try to clarify it, simplify it, make it a little bit less self-consciously symbolic than it was originally. So now it's like set, as they say, on the deserted street, wintertime, and people kind of passing the time, and then they create the whole thing, rather than it being like Broadway designers and all this. It should have the feeling of a sort of like almost beggar's opera kind of thing, where they like to pass this winter night and to hold together and hold on to some hope for the sun coming back. All of those things that are inherent in the piece are clearer now and more meaningful now in the time in which we live.
You and Harvey were very revolutionary when you set out to write The Fantasticks, and this is in a similar style. I was just rereading this morning your book, Making Musicals, talking about how you were committed to, how you were interested in the overtly theatrical style of people like Bertolt Brecht, and that you wanted to bring that imagination to the theater.
Brecht, Thornton Wilder.
Thornton Wilder.
It was like, to me, he's a more humanistic version, but working off the same thing.
Do you think we would have the kind of immersive, bare bones productions we have today without your influence?
I don't think it was specifically our influence. I think there has been, in my lifetime, I've been a part of it, not the cause of it, a different view of the theater, one in which it isn't just like it used to be. You went into a proscenium theater, there was a curtain, and then a curtain went up, and then there's people all pretend, nobody ever looked at the audience, and there was no acknowledgement of the fact that you were in a theater. And I think this older style of theater, very much part of Shakespeare, has been gaining influence in my lifetime, and we've been part of it, but not the cause of it.
What do you think of today's productions versus where you came from and where you were hoping to see the musical theater go 40, 50 years ago when you set out to change it?
You mean today's productions in New York?
Yes.
I haven't seen any for years now. Some 8 or 9 years ago, my wife got very ill, and we had a country place, and have a country place up in northwest Connecticut, and it was much simpler to take care of. So we moved up there, and and then eventually she passed away. But I got weaned away from New York, and it's also part of just being old. I'll be 92 next month.
Oh my gosh, well, you've earned it.
I've experienced a lot of theater in my time. I no longer felt the need for that. I had a lot of stuff I wanted to write, and I'm very, very deep into and very happy and excited about it. I'm working on 3 new pieces, and all 3 of them are gratifying to me. They're what I've been moving towards for centuries.
Would you have any words of advice for today's aspiring musical theater writers?
I would say my advice for, not for writers particularly, but for people in the theater and for people, is don't get too smart. Keep some degree of innocence. There's a lot of exciting things happening, I am sure. I'm hoping to contribute to them before my time.
Well, I look forward to seeing your next great musical. Thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you.